LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
LoveLine.
Yep, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. And we have a interesting night planned this evening. Can I give the phone number and the fax number out? Yes?
No.
Oh. Phone number.
Definitely not the fax number.
1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. There we go. Our guest tonight is Grace Quek. Grace is promoting her documentary, which is currently playing in New York, and I'll be out here in L.A. When the hell is it going to be out here in L.A.?
10th of March.
Ah, there you go. I'll write that down. On January 19, 1995, she had sex with 251 men over the course of 10 hours, doubling the record set by a sex worker in Amsterdam. I like that, Amsterdam. They have sex workers. That's an interesting way to put it. And I hear a lot about these big gangbang movies. They sort of seem like they came into vogue about 5 years ago or so, although I'm sure they were around before that. But the competition seemed to heat up about 4 or 5 years ago. And there's always a little discrepancy, like, she blew half the guys, or, it was 80 guys and they went around 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, how do you know? I mean, how is it officially documented? Do you have the record of 251 guys?
Well, it really isn't 251, and one of the things you have to understand is that this is all about marketing and trying to sell a video.
Right.
It really isn't about the sex, it's about the statistics. So a lot of these videos that are out there, even when the numbers go up, they're usually shot within a 10-hour period. And put it this way, all the companies, they're putting all this money to promote this girl in this video.
Right.
They're not going to let her failure to actually do the projected number of men to actually, screw up their investment. So through editing, they're always going to make it look as if she did 500, 2,000, or whatever. And at some point, I really believe that they'll just do it via computer animation.
Wow. Now, just as long as I can masturbate to it. I'm not interested in win-aided indoor-outdoor Olympic status or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't get through the first 2.5 guys myself. But the point is I have no idea what the answer to that question was. Is 251, was there 251 different men?
No, there wasn't. There was 80 men.
Interesting, I said 80. Wasn't it earlier?
Yeah, you really hit the nail. 80
men, so to speak, and they all made 3-point-something laps around you?
Well, when we're talking about 80 men, we're talking about 80 amateurs. Well, maybe 70 amateurs and 10 professionals. So, in essence, not a lot of them could perform. I mean, they probably came in with all these fantasies about being a stud. This is their big break. They're going to become a porn star. But when it really comes down to it, they're here with all these strange men, with the press there, with cameras, and a lot of them, they just lost it.
Yeah. Well, didn't you have professional fluffers on hand?
It really is about performance anxiety. I don't think...
No fluffers?
There were fluffers.
All right, because for me, it just have to be fluffers or donuts. one or the other. I mean, I don't want to have sex with the donuts, but if I'm going to wait around and stare at a guy's ass for 3.5 hours, I got a sweet tooth. So, you had fluffers?
Yeah, we had a few fluffers.
What a gig. What a gig. Oh, my God.
They don't seem to help, though.
Who were the fluffers? Were they professional porn stars?
Yeah, they're like little starlets.
Interesting. All right, so I'm still a little bit confused. I know we're here to promote the documentary, but you did have sex 251 times?
Well, that's kind of like an academic moot point. I wouldn't say I had sex 251 times.
Okay, well, let me ask a better, more probing question. Why the hell does it say you had sex with 250 men over the course of 10 hours if you didn't do that?
Well, that's how the video is being sold.
I see.
Yes.
All right.
Why did they say 2,500?
Yeah, just make it 30,000 men, a soccer stadium full of guys.
I think that would probably give the editor who cut that movie together a coronary.
All right, so how many men would you say you actually had sex with on that fateful day in January?
Probably, to be perfectly honest, maybe 50.
Oh, hell, I've done that. So is Drew. We did that at a layover in Cincinnati. Of course. We got a nice airport there. I had a few Bloody Marys on the plane. I think we had 2.5 hours to kill.
You didn't document it, though.
Well, that's true, but it's all up here. I'll tell you that. Oh, yes. All right, so not 250 men, but 10 hours?
10 hours. 10. Well, not even 10 hours, actually.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is like myth-busting time, isn't it? I'm just terrible at this, but I just find it so hard to be able to stick to the party line, tell people to lie. But actually, we had breaks for the following things: press conferences, photographs, water, lunch, cigarettes.
Sure. Did you, now, about 80 guys showed up. They got in the line. Mm-hmm. When do you start getting naked when you're in the line? I mean, like,
no, they're all naked.
They're all naked in the line.
Yeah, because
even if you're by the way, I'm the kind of guy who shows up late to a lot of things, weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals, stuff like that. I might be on time to this one. You know, I wouldn't want to just pull up, not have a place to park, and then get in line behind 80 guys staring at the 7,000 lineal feet of ass crack for 7.5 hours while I stood there sort of trying to keep a little leather going down there. So, and a lot of guys had that hand thing, right, where they had their hand going down there the whole time, kind of keep it going.
Yeah,
but if you're at the end of the line, pardon me, I just want to know, if you're at the end of the line, number 80, how long before you got from the end of the line to the beginning of your vagina?
What's 80 divided by? We had 5 guys each time, so they took depending on how well they're doing,
now,
they get between 6 to 10 minutes.
I see.
And then we move them along. But it's funny you should be talking about the guys lining up and waiting, because a lot of the guys are checking each other out.
Oh, really?
Well, not as if they're cruising, but they're like, is his bigger than mine? Or and it's really kind of homoerotic to me, at least.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you could see from your vantage point. Were you getting, was this oral sex involved with this too?
Yeah, there was all sorts of, they do not actually have to engage in penetrative sex to count as one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oral sex would count?
Yes, it counts, but...
What about a hand job?
A hand job counts.
That counts? What?
Yeah.
What is this? Who's the governing body? I'd like to talk to these people. Are they in Geneva or something? I got to get on this board, Drew. This is all over the place. It needs to be unified. You understand? We have to lay down some ground rules here. This is all over the place.
But hey, you're hearing it from me. I bet if you talk to the rest of the girls, they wouldn't actually give you a straight answer.
No, but to be fair to them, they're high on heroin and coke, so it's not fair to ask them to do that. So you made a documentary out of this.
No, I didn't actually direct it. I was the subject of the documentary.
Well, I understand.
Right.
It's difficult to use that bullhorn when you have a penis in your mouth. But I mean, you were the subject of this documentary, and the documentary is not what you'd call a porn movie. It's a documentary, correct?
Yeah.
And it says here there's interviews with your family. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. And they weren't on site, were they?
On site?
Well, what I mean is they weren't at the location.
No. We actually flew down to Singapore to talk to them.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good move. And did they see any footage?
What we actually see in the documentary is me coming out to my parents about it.
I see.
Yeah.
That's right. And did your father kill himself?
No, my father's a stoic.
Really? Jesus Christ. Seriously, come on. I mean, there's no way he didn't make some sort of attempt on his life.
No, well, he was upset. I mean, both my parents were upset, but they were more upset about the fact that didn't tell them. I mean,
Oh, no, they
No,
weren't.
no, yes.
No, they weren't.
well, put it
No,
this
they
way.
weren't. What, are you kidding me?
Well, they were
upset
about.
that you told them. That's what they're upset about, and that you did it. It's not that you didn't tell them.
They were waiting for me to tell them. They knew about it, but it's just my parents are very open-minded. When I was actually 18 years old, and
Yeah,
I
but-
smoked a joint for the first time. Shut up.
Nobody's mind is that open. That is.
No, well, let me finish my story,
All right,
okay?
all right.
Give me a break right here. It's one of those things where, I would smoke a joint for the first time in my life, and I woke up with a screeching headache, and I'm like, Mom, I'm so sorry, I smoked a joint last night. And she's like, we'll make some tea, we'll talk, we'll sit down and talk about drugs. So she's cool. She's like, I don't care what you do as long as you tell me and we talk about it.
I gotta confess something here. I have spoken to my mother about smoking a joint before
what
too,
did she
but
say?
She was cool as well.
Right.
But if I had 251 guys nail me in the ass, that may have been a slightly different discussion. You see,
Right.
There's, and given the choice between having a conversation with her daughter about smoking a joint at 18 and
Well, you have
being the
to
subject of a
understand.
gangbang film.
Well, you have to put that in the context of Singaporean culture, though.
Oh,
where-
no.
Yeah.
No,
yes.
I don't know anything about Singapore. I know your parents were
Precisely.
horrified. Horrified. That's a universal horror. Do you understand?
Do you really think
yes,
that
yes.
Why do you think so?
From the Gobi Desert to the polar ice caps, all parents horrified at that story. Are you kidding me? Please. It's human nature.
I think you're wrong about
Oh,
that.
your
because
parents are horrified. If I could get them on the phone right now, you know what they'd say? Horrified! And they'd hang up. Oh, come on. I'm sure you told them so you drive them insane, right? You want to bust their balls a little bit, didn't you?
Not in that sort of way.
Of course. All right, we'll get into why you wanted to ruin your poor parents' lives and plug the film. But first, we'll get into Sarah, who's 20. Sarah,
Yeah.
what's up?
Well, I was just curious. For Dr. Drew, can I get a cold from doing a blowjob?
Yes, that's obviously body fluid, and body fluid can be replete with lots of good virus. If you take that in, you can get a cold, sure.
What about that as opposed to kissing?
Which is
Anything
more
different?
likely?
Yeah, which is more.
Well, I mean,
I don't-
people are always talking
yeah.
about saliva, but I guess you don't want to work semen in when you're just having a discussion
You're
about
talking about-
covering your mouth.
Yeah, or
and-
wash your hands after lunch, or before eating lunch.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're over at my
you can
house.
talk about stool, too, and urine if you wish. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
But no, I'm just trying to think if there's any evidence. I don't know of any evidence that there's more virus in nasal or mouth secretions.
and do
but
you
I don't know
have to
that there are.
swallow it, or just contact with your mouth and lips would
Mouth
be
and
enough?
lips would be enough.
All right.
Okay. I have another quick question.
Yep.
Sarah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow the hose, blow your nose. I should do a PSA.
Okay. Right now, I'm really obsessed with blowjobs. And I
Fantastic.
was wondering if that was normal.
Yeah, everyone goes through that phase. Drew, what were you, 19, 20 when you went through it? Was that in the airport?
Wait, somebody's at my door.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of horror,
Was that about parents killing themselves? Yeah, I walked in.
I'm on the phone.
Mom.
Are you on the phone? I'm on the phone with Adam.
Don't bring mine up, honey. Come on. Call me
A
Lou.
friend. Mom, don't worry about it. Just go to bed. Mom. Good night. Oh, good night. I just got home.
Guys. You know, your parents are humiliated. You did the gangbang thing. My parents, it's this show. This is why they're going to kill themselves.
Okay, sorry about
All
that.
right, Sarah.
Oh, that poor mom.
Good thing she walked in right in the part when you were explaining about being obsessed with blowjobs.
Oh,
No, see, my door was locked, so...
Good girl. All right, listen.
is Father McConaughey out there, too?
You're 20. You're obsessed with blowjobs. It's time to leave the house. You understand me?
Okay.
You in junior college now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Let's get out of that house. And don't worry about the blowjob. So
You're 20.
You have a guy?
Yeah.
You have one guy?
No, who?
You have one guy, right?
One guy, yeah.
Good. Blow him up like an air mattress every night. I don't care. Okay?
Okay.
Just one penis, please. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Grace, how many BJs you figure you gave during the course of the 10 hours?
It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, about 30.
Okay, well, what counts as a BJ if he's hard? Does it count?
Penis in the mouth.
Well, maybe like, oh god, it's hard to put a number on it, but maybe, well, definitely between 100 to maybe 150.
150?
Yeah, some of the guys they just came ready to go. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
And
helps.
did they get to pick the orifice?
Most of them were not actually aroused enough
Really?
to be able to do it.
Yeah, I think.
Well, do you think you could do it?
Yeah, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what all of them said before they came in.
I know, but my penis isn't attached to me. It's
It's Velcro.
No, I just mean I don't. It doesn't matter what my state is. I can achieve an erection.
Oh, really?
Now, orgasm that might be a different story, but the
Right.
erection part, no problem.
Really?
Yes, the orgasm part I might have a little difficulty with the cameras going and your family cheering me on in the background and, press set up and that kind of thing. Bunch of guys hanging around, sperm flying, things like that. But the erection, yeah, no problem. Kia?
How's it going, guys?
You're 19. What's up?
Well, basically, this is my question. Oh, first of all, Dr. Drew,
Yeah.
congratulations on the website.
Hey.
Great.
Oh, great.
And Adam, you're the voice of about 1,000 potential suicides, so just keep talking. You're keeping us going. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, I think.
Anyways, my question is, during my girlfriend's last checkup, her gyno told her that she'd have to stop or change her birth control after 5 years, or else she'd have some kind of permanent damage to that area. So she'd have trouble having kids and stuff. And I was wondering, I kind of feel bad. She brings it up every now and then that it's a big burden on her to take her pill. And
Wait a minute. Her gynecologist told her that?
Yeah, her gynecologist told her that.
You sure of that?
I'm positive. She told her that after taking birth control for 5 years, she needs to either change or come off. She's on orthotricycline right now, or she would have trouble having kids after she was off the birth control.
Does she smoke?
No. As far as I'm concerned, no blood pressure problems, nothing. And it kind of caught me by surprise. And, of course, I went to the health center and questioned them on the matter, and they said, that's accurate if our gyno said that. So.
Wait a minute. You need to talk to that gynecologist, though.
Do I?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right, does it?
It doesn't sound. I know there are people out there that do believe women ought to have a break after 5 years. But it's not clear to me how long and why they wouldn't just change types of pill. I mean, there's a lot to be questioned here. And then that physician, if they're going to take that position, needs to help you to manage your contraception.
Kelly,
Hi.
you're 17. What's up?
Hi. Well, first of all, I just want to say you guys are awesome.
Thanks.
I live in D.C., and I was wondering, first of all, before I ask my question, are you guys going to come down to the HF Festival this year? I know you did 1 year, a few years before.
I spoke to Robert Benjamin the other day, who's the program director or GM over at WHFS over there, about a separate matter. And I talked about coming down there. He always wants me to come down there, and I think I may.
What's the date?
I don't know if that includes Drew, but I think I might do this.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was wondering, is it normal for it to take a few times for a girl's hymen to break? Because I feel like I don't know if it really is still there or not. I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Can't a woman tell if it's still there?
That's what I thought. And all my friends that I've any girl that we're talked to is it just takes one time, but I bleed irregularly. I have.
Wait a minute. Wait, the guy was able to put his penis inside you?
Yeah.
The only way that can happen is if there's not a hymen there.
I'm not sure if it was all the way in all the time though.
It's not there.
It
Don't
doesn't have
worry.
to be all the time.
Don't worry.
But it still hurts. How long does it take for it to stop hurting, and how long before?
That's something different. That may have nothing to do with your hymen. Now, you're sexually active. You're 17. It's time to get a pelvic exam and see what's going on, for starters.
If I'm still bleeding after the first time, does that mean that there's probably something wrong?
No. It can mean a lot of things. We got to get it checked out so they can make sure that there isn't some infection, that there isn't some anatomic problem, they don't have endometriosis or ovarian cysts. There's a lot of things.
How far can you get in there before you hit the hymen, Grace? Inch?
Isn't it an inch and a half?
Inch and a half?
About that?
Yeah, I gotta get my nose in there.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Yeah, I might be able to do that.
Close?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up in there.
Wow.
What do you think it is, in your throat?
Well, I don't know. I just...
No, if you bleed after sex, some women bleed after sex every time.
And
that's coming from your uterus.
Did he get in there a little bit?
Yeah.
Then that's it. It's over. Don't worry about it.
Well, why does it still hurt, though? It's like, I don't know. I want it to be over with so that I can start enjoying it.
I know. I'm in that same phase. Hey, listen, Kelly.
There's something else going on.
Yeah, you need to go get checked out. You're sexually active. You have a boyfriend, theoretically, now. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So just do all those things. You're a young lady now.
Okay.
You're being nailed on a regular basis. It's time to go speak to the gynecologist, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, tell him I said hi.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Julie.
Hi.
Hey, you're 19.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting married on Saturday, and I've actually been cheating already.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
But it feels so wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know I don't want to get married anymore.
Okay, who are you cheating with? Ex-boyfriend?
His best friends?
Just someone that I know.
Same person?
No.
Moving around a little bit, are you?
No, I'm not. Actually, it's a person from work.
Uh-huh. But is it, but it's the same guy?
Yes.
And it never was a boyfriend of yours?
No.
No. And he doesn't know your fiancé?
Right.
Why don't you want to get married?
Well, in the beginning, I wanted to get married because I really cared for him, and I really had to get out of this my parents' house.
Well, that's good enough for you.
What was happening there?
They're just really strict, and I'm the type of person that really wants to go out, have fun, have a good time, and they wouldn't let me do that. They wouldn't let me enjoy myself, so I had to get out of there.
Right, but
a lot of conflicts with them.
how much you figure you're going to enjoy yourself getting married at 19?
Well, after I moved out of my parents' house, I moved in on my own, and I figured that I should move in with a roommate, save a lot of money.
All right. Now, listen, hold on. I'm getting bored here, Julie.
Sorry.
How long have you been engaged to this gent?
For about 5 months.
And how long have you known him?
For 10.
10 months.
Yeah.
All right. You need not to get married in 2 days.
Okay.
Did you send out invitations? Are people showing up?
Everybody.
It's a big wedding?
Everybody's here already.
Uh-oh. People coming in from out of town?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you get married and you just get a quick annulment.
Is something bugging you about this guy?
No.
Is he extra nice?
I'm sorry?
Is he extra nice?
He's a wonderful guy.
Uh-huh.
That's what's bugging you.
You need a little abuse in your life. You need a little danger.
A little intrusion, a little parental style to the relationship, huh?
Was your dad an a-hole?
I didn't really know my father.
Nope.
Where was he?
Better.
He left when I was 10 years old.
What was the matter?
He was abusive towards my mother.
So you saw violence in the home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stepdad come in?
I'm sorry?
Was there a stepdad?
Yeah.
What'd he do to you?
Nothing. My stepdad's wonderful.
He is.
But he's very strict.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I think of him as a father. He's a great guy.
And it's funny, I think of my father as a stepdad. Interesting little twist there, isn't it?
It is.
Call him by his first name. Julie?
Yeah?
So you're a little
Maybe
bit...
she should marry him.
You're a little bit screwy. This guy's nice, and you're trying to sabotage.
Right.
Because you're not used to nice guys. You need to act out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you should marry this guy.
That's what I'm thinking.
Marry this guy. Don't cheat anymore. Get in a little therapy. It'll all work out.
So I should marry him.
Well, we're not making a decision. Believe me. However, you should at least try to hang in this relationship like this. I mean, the reason you go nuts is you need to sabotage this. Your perception of men is that they're abusive and demanding.
I'll kill myself. All right. Grace Quek is our guest tonight. In 1995, she had sex with 251 men, although it turns out it was more like 80, and it lasted over 10 hours, although it was more like an hour and a half of actual sex, and a lot of the guys didn't come, and as it turns out, it wasn't really that big a deal.
It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it?
The point is her vagina's still in the sling. It was 5 years ago, and she made herself, she didn't make it, but she was the subject of a documentary, and they went and confronted the parents after this. And how much sex is in the actual documentary?
Well, not a lot. It's structured around the gangbang, but...
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the central plot theme of all documentaries and most dramas, comedies, and
yeah, but
musicals.
it's more biographical. It's less about Annabelle Chong per se, but more about Grace Quek, you know.
Right.
So, but the hook really is the gangbang to get people in, to come in with their own assumptions about what the film is going to be.
Yeah.
And
really no sex, though. I'll tell you, nobody sells a project like you, Annabelle. I really got to tell you. I didn't have sex with too many guys. It didn't last that long. And in the documentary itself, there's not a whole lot of good sex. But we talk about it to get you in the door. You really should own a franchise of burger places called Skimpy Burger. The most expensive and less meat you'll ever get at a burger place. We guarantee 100% dissatisfaction.
But we'll show you a picture of a giant hamburger just to get you in.
Yeah, your motto will be, we make our burger our way. God damn it. Right on the sign. All right, we'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be back.
LoveLine. LoveLine.
LoveLine. We'll be right back.
Yep, it is the Love Line. That's my partner over there. He's Dr. Drew. Grace Quek is our guest tonight. In 1995, she had sex with 251 men for 10 hours, and they made a documentary about it. That documentary is currently playing in New York and will be out here in Los Angeles at the Laemmle Sunset 5. And I'm sorry, but when is that release date again?
10th of March. It's opening tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. All right, well, that makes sense. And I love a documentary. I really do. I never want to go see documentaries, I must admit, but once I'm there, I find them fascinating because it's hard to do bad documentaries and it's hard to do a good film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen millions... I've seen hundreds of films that I hate that were completely worthless, and not only were they not entertaining, but you walked away with nothing. At least with a documentary, I feel like even if it wasn't a subject I was interested in, or even if I didn't particularly enjoy it, at least I got something out of it, is the feeling I usually walk away from. So I'm going to go see this, and it's sold as sort of a gangbang documentary, but that's not the reality of it, right?
No, what we're interested in is to have people come in with certain assumptions that they have either about the film or about porn stars in general, and for them to actually see the film and get something out of it, as you have said before, to address certain stereotypes that people might have of porn stars or women who are sexually promiscuous.
And what are you up to now, besides promoting this?
I'm actually making my own documentary.
The movie was, is it a documentary on the documentary that was made about the gangbang?
It's going to be a documentary about what it's like to be the subject of a documentary. It's entitled 252, Sex and Publicity.
Oh, you got to be kidding. I was kidding. I didn't. I was
Hey, you hit the nail twice on the head, so you're probably reading my mind right here.
Am I?
Yep.
Jesus, I hope not. I know I'm reading your dad's mind when he was humiliated at what went on over there. 5 years ago this happened, and what's going on since then? Have you done any movies since then?
I've actually started my own production company making sex films for women.
I see.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, you know, I enjoy a good porno movie just like anybody, but a lot of the porno movies out there, they're just so badly made, and they've got this really cheesy music going on. What's up with that? Bow, chicka, bow, chicka, chicka, bow, bow.
Yeah,
and
like
it just, you like that. It's groovy to you.
There you go. Let me explain the porn for women. They steal their husband's credit card, they go to the mall, and Grace follows them around with a camera while they charge it to its max. Is that what that is?
No, that's a shopping and shagging novel.
First one's called Shoe Shopping. Second one's called Boot Shopping. And then the third is Shoe Shopping 2.
So what is it for women? What is it they want?
I think they want to look at women whom they can actually relate to because...
what does that mean?
I personally couldn't really relate to the big blonde girl with the super pneumatic boobies. And
Right. Let's get a nice, flat-chested, frumpy chick with a dimpled ass.
No.
Who could be your
I like girls who look like, well, Angelina Jolie, for example. She looks like a real girl. She looks like a real girl, but she looks like a very beautiful real girl.
Right.
Right.
So you got her in one of your porn movies? No?
I've got the hots for Angelina Jolie.
No
I think she's
kidding.
beautiful.
Well, get in line. She wasn't in the line, was she, with the 251 guys?
No, my ex-girlfriend wouldn't put up with it.
Uh-huh. Interesting that you're, I guess, lesbian, right?
No, I'm not lesbian.
Oh, okay. But you do like women, and you had an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
Okay, so what are you, bi?
probably.
Yeah, I know you're one of these women of mystery, but let me explain something. If you like guys and you like chicks, you're bi, right?
Right, but what if, let's say...
You're into raccoons too?
No.
No, what if...
Okay,
what if
I've actually got a question for
okay, because I hate it when people don't want themselves to be labeled. It drives me insane. I want to smack them with a microphone. Do you understand me?
Well, I was bi, but now I'm not so sure, and this is my question. For the past year, I'm married to my job, right? And I haven't actually had sex for about a year now because I work 18-hour days, nonstop, and when I masturbate, I don't think about having sex with a man or a woman or, a transsexual. When I masturbate, I just fantasize about masturbation. So does that make me straight, gay, or bi?
Who's masturbating when you're fantasizing about masturbating?
I'm masturbating.
You're thinking about yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, you're going to implode. Ping. Just like those cartoons when the snake eats its tail?
This is the sequel for Being John Malkovich.
No kidding. So you don't... I do that technique myself, too. Sometimes I just masturbate to masturbate.
Right.
I'm not necessarily thinking about that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, it's like when I'm exercising, I'm just exercising. I don't really think that I'm, if I'm rowing, I don't think I'm actually on a Viking ship. I just think I'm sitting here rowing, trying to work up a sweat and burn a few calories. So you don't think about guys or girls? How do you know to masturbate if you're not thinking about anything?
No, I'm thinking about just masturbating.
Really?
It really isn't. And for a long time, I've been trying to figure out now, am I straight, gay, or bi?
Well, you're definitely screwed up, but I'm going with bi screwed up.
Well, just confused. That's fine.
It's amazing that you had sex with all those guys in a 10-hour period and you haven't gotten laid in a year?
Yeah,
Well, no,
because I
you-
work all the time.
You know that's how it works.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm married to my cell phone.
I understand.
I've got a sexually abusive relationship with my cell phone.
Angela? Caller goes by the name Angela. 29-year-old Angela. Boss stuck a bat between his legs and drew her attention to it. All right. Hold on there, Angela. Maybe we'll get back to you. Joe?
Yeah.
What's up?
I had a question about potential damage from penis pumps.
You come to the right place. What's your question, brother?
Well, I don't know. So I heard that you could like blow out a vein or something.
Vein in your head?
No, in your penis.
You can, I suppose, do things like that, but
Well,
it doesn't really hurt anything.
Putting vacuum pressure on a part of your body is probably not a great thing. Like one time when I was a kid, Grace, you know what I did? I put a glass over my mouth, and I sucked on it. You know when you put a glass over your mouth, you go, and it'll stick to your face?
Yep,
you don't have to hold it anymore? I did that for about a half hour. I had this black and blue ring around my mouth for a week. Not good. Joe?
Yeah, and could I ask Grace a question?
Yeah, sure.
Since you seem to be pretty honest here with the inside scoop on the porn industry, what is the deal with women actually having an orgasm on camera?
Very often it's faked, and as a viewer, I could tell when it's faked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think you can tell?
Yeah,
I guess
can
you
tell.
could.
Yeah. I'm a girl.
Yeah, I don't care. And the reason you can tell it's fake is because it happens when the guy's doing his. That's how you know it's fake. It's too big a coincidence. All of a sudden, the guy's like going, all right, baby, put your goggles on because something's happening here. And the girl's like, oh, and the guy's like, and the girl's like, oh, and the guy's like, yeah, and there's like, oh, and then, the guy pulls out and he's decorating her like a florist at a funeral. And she's like, the whole time she's getting nailed with the semen. She's like, ah.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's
ridiculous.
Yeah, I did that. I get smacked with a reading lamp. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
True.
sometimes
Your wife probably take a boot and just go right upside your head with it, right?
If she didn't, I get a CAT scan. Try to figure out the whole matter with her.
Drew's wife just grabs the cord from the clock radio and spins it around and just takes Drew out with it. Then ties him up and puts her hand up for time. All right, so what the hell are we talking about?
We're talking about break.
Yeah, all right. We're going to take ourselves a little break. Grace Quek is our guest tonight. She had sex with, had a big gangbang scene. Allegedly holds some sort of record, although there's no real way to document these things. But they made a interesting documentary about it, although there's no real sex in it. But they do talk to Grace's parents about her being the recipient of this gangbang title, and that to me is worth the price of admission. Yeah. Watching Dad perform Harry Carey, I mean that's got to be tremendous. All right, we'll take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Natasha. Doctor says she can exercise on meds, but she's out of shape. Wants to know what to do. Drew will tell her after this.
LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Well, it's worth hearing.
Yep, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. And our guest tonight is Grace Quek. Grace had sex with 251 guys in January 1995 over a 10-hour period. Now, it says doubling the record set by a sex worker in Amsterdam, but is it a record? Is it a one-time record or is it a time record? I know we went through this already.
What's a one-time? What do you mean?
One day or is it in 10 hours? Because they keep saying 10 hours on these things I read.
Yeah, 10 hours.
Is there an over 10 hours sex record?
I'm not sure, actually. I know a girl did 2,000. Her name is Sabrina Johnson.
2,000?
Yeah.
So that was the record for over 10 hours.
I'm not sure if she... I don't know how long she took, but she... It was supposed to be the Y2K gangbang, whatever.
You know what I find fascinating about this show? How little people know about stuff they do. I know it sounds like a dig at you, and maybe it is, but we talk to actors who come on here that don't know what their movie is. We talk to people who have gangbang records that don't really have gangbang records and aren't sure what the record is. It's strange, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, with I think it's a valid thing to say that you really don't know what the record is because it is not about setting a record; it's about making a movie.
I know, but why in every single press release here they're so fixated on the record? It's 10 hours, it's 251 guys, they set a record, they doubled the record from the chick in Amsterdam.
Hey, I didn't write the press release.
I know, but you should read it, right?
I read it.
Okay, all right, that's all I'm saying. All right. Natasha?
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I'm on amitriptyline.
All right, me too.
Oh, okay. And I was wondering what I can do to work out because I'm like...
I hear you rattling the pills around in your hand.
Well, you got to read the container.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
This could be the maracas, too.
What's the dose you're on?
25 milligrams.
It's a very tiny dose, a relatively small dose.
Well, it still
Hear that?
says...
See?
That,
Are you on it for your constant pill rattling?
No.
No. I see. And Drew, what is this amitriptyline
It's
for?
a tricyclic antidepressant. It's also for headaches and sleep.
Yeah,
I have it for pain.
Chronic pain syndromes.
Yeah.
You need to exercise.
I don't trust this chronic pain syndromes. At 18?
Well, I have fibromyalgia.
Well, who doesn't these days? What is that, Drew?
That's chronic muscle ache and fatigue. Chronic fatigue, basically.
Ah, please. I don't buy that for a second. Fibromyalgia.
Fibromyalgia actually is a sleep disturbance in my impression.
All right, I'm fine with that. But listen, you're 18 years old. What's up? You're depressed. That's what it is.
Well, maybe.
Everyone who's depressed is tired. I got news for you. I used to be tired as hell when I was depressed.
Oh, you had severe fatigue, chronic fatigue. Maybe you said you couldn't get off the couch and stuff.
Hey, you get depressed. You can't. I couldn't wipe. I'd walk around with crap smeared on my ass like an old person. I was too depressed. Yeah. I'd say, I'm going to crap tomorrow. Why bother wiping today? That's the way I'd look at it. I still flirt with that notion.
That's why you got the magic seat.
Oh, my God. Uh-oh. I have this toilet seat, Grace. You would love it.
What is it?
Squirts a stream of lukewarm water right at your rectum. Right at it.
Oh, that's a bidet.
Yeah, I know, but this is the toilet seat. This is not a bidet to me is a separate unit, you know. This is a toilet that I've converted into my own little bidet, and it magically finds your anus. I don't know how it does that. I've slid forward, I've slid back, pow, right in the eye every time. It's like it somehow knows. There must be some sort of scent-guided right in the eye. Some sort of
laser scent.
Laser scent. Who knows what the military's come up with these days?
Have you considered selling it?
What do you mean? I considered selling it?
Yeah, like packaging it and
bought it.
No, I didn't. What do you think I am?
You made it, right?
MacGyver? No, I bought the goddamn thing. I didn't make it. I am some kind of mad anal scientist. No way. I bought it. Well, actually, my partners bought it for me. 500 something. 500 something bucks.
Oh, they heard you raving about it in the radio and they got it for you? What good guys.
No, they knew. They knew. I talked to them about it. Anyone who knows me, even on a casual basis, knows how much I wanted this toilet seat. It's heated. You sit on a thing, it activates. You sit down, and it's like, then all of a sudden, and there's this great feeling of anticipation. Drew, there's a remote control. A wireless remote control. It has an LCD readout picture of a seal on it. And
like blowing like a walrus.
Yeah, the seal with a ball on its nose. I guess it's it's like from Sweden or something. It's a universal symbol for being shot in the rectum with warm water. It's the circus seal. So you press the orange button on this thing and then you wait. It's great because it's coming. It's like you sit down, it starts heating. It's all warm. Then you hit the button and you hear it tooling up like, and you're sitting there just waiting. All of a sudden, you're going, yeah, nice,
right in the eye,
right in the eye. No matter where you are. I mean, I'm telling you, I could run across the room and slam the door shut. I'd get hit with a stream of water.
Hey, since we are blazing through so many calls tonight,
yeah.
I'm in the chat rooms at
so listen,
you telling
DDP. Shush up. You telling Natasha to exercise even when she's on that pill?
Part of the treatment for fibromyalgia is exercise. That is a cornerstone of treatment. The other thing is getting some sleep hygiene restored, and the other part is antidepressant medicine.
Okay. And how's my toilet seat factor into the equation?
How the hell did we get to that?
Okay, go ahead. DrDrew.com.
I'm just, if people want to ask questions, they got the chats there. I'm there as Dr. DDP, and be happy to answer any, or try to bring some of those questions onto the show. And in fact, we had a girl ask if it's safe to increase breast size or go after increased breast size by taking the birth control pill.
Yeah.
And some women get that as a side effect, but I don't think any doctor would prescribe it for that ends.
Fantastic. Chris?
Yeah.
You're 23.
What's up, guys?
You're dating a girl with a traumatic past.
Yeah, and big surprise, she's having trouble committing to me.
Mm-hmm.
She was molested for 7 years when she was 3 to 10. She was raped at 14. Her mom left in the 5th grade, had an affair on her dad.
Yeah.
So now her dad's not abusive, but, verbally abusive anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to date her, and she does this back and forth thing where she'll say I'm the best thing in her life, and she wants to commit to me. She'll never hurt me. Then 3 days later, she turns around and says, well, I need time to heal. I don't want to do this now.
Heal from what?
From what happened.
Is she in therapy?
No, I've been trying to convince her to do that, and she thinks that I think she's crazy when I tell her that.
How does she plan to heal if she doesn't get treatment?
She doesn't understand that she needs it.
Hey, Chris?
Yeah?
Listen, this is going to be short and sweet. She is 10 years of therapy away from being able to be stable in a relationship with you.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Easily. Now, I don't know what's up with you, that you need a project or you have to save her. I understand you're 23, you're a guy, you're attracted to her and all that good stuff, but I'm telling you, brother, tough row to hoe. Get out. She's not even in therapy. She was abused for 7 years and then raped. I mean, and she's not close to getting into therapy and is insulted by you bringing it up. This is going to be nothing but a dance.
Yeah.
A chaotic barn dance for you. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Wait. Let me ask you. But no. I want to ask him about his past real quick. Just real quick. That Chris.
Yeah.
Where did you come into the need to take care so much of a woman in pain?
I don't know. I have a horrible obsession with fixing girls.
Yeah, I know. But what's up with your mom? Did your dad leave in a huff?
No, my family is all together. The only thing I can remember is that when I was young, first grade, I would go into tears when my mom would drop me off for school, and I would feel abandoned all day long.
Okay, so something about the way your mom reared you that made you feel abandoned. We can't go on with that because you hung up on him. So
fine. No, listen, Drew, the reason I'm not getting too much into it is because he's 23, and 23-year-old guys can be infatuated with a woman, especially if she's attractive, and there's nothing else going on in their life, and they hang on with both hands.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's almost academic whether it's them or the person. But this person's many hours in the therapist chair away from being right for a relationship. All right, we will take ourselves a break. When we come back, we'll speak to Kristen, who's 17. When boyfriend masturbates, he holds his semen in by squeezing the tip. Wants to know if this is healthy. I'll talk more about my toilet seat after this.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Much more. You can even listen to Zone 105 live from your computer.
Glad you did.
Zone105.com from Alternative Classics. Zone 105.
Hey, this is Adam Carolla.
And this is Dr. Drew.
We're smack in the middle of the zone.
Oh, wow.
105. All right, we're going to take ourselves a quick 10-second timeout, and then we'll be back with more of the fabulous program in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio station. 96.1 KSLY San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles, and 106.7 KSMY Lompoc, Santa Maria, Sly 96 FM.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Our guest tonight is Grace Quek. The movie or documentary she is in, and that is about her, is the Annabelle Chong story. It will hit the Lemley 5 out here in Sunset on tomorrow, on the 10th, and it's in New York, and then they'll see about wider release after that. January 1995, had sex with 251 men over the course of 10 hours. And this is that story and, other stories. They followed you around for a couple of years, right? After?
Yes, for 2.5 years.
And now you went and told your parents about it, and they followed you over there. That, to me, is going to be the highlight of the film.
That's the end of the film, actually.
I see. And
close to the end, about 90% of the way.
What did your parents know before you went in there with the camera crew and explained to them what you'd done?
They were not aware that, well, they were and they weren't, let's say. They knew that something was up, but I was not really ready to tell them yet.
What did they know was up?
They've heard stories about what I've done, and...
All the way back in Singapore?
Well, Singapore's not that, we get the internet and everything, so...
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you told them what you did, how did you describe it?
Well, actually, it didn't happen the way I planned it. Singapore being Singapore, somebody actually called my parents up and told them. And, I came home and I knew that they knew. And what we did was to just sit down and start talking about it. Not a lot of that was actually included in the film, simply because we have 130 hours of footage, and that's an 86-minute film. But
right.
I thought the scene where I came out to my parents was very sensitively done. I really appreciated the fact that the filmmaker did not zoom in. He kept a really respectful distance during the entire thing. He didn't zoom into, us crying and stuff like that, because that would have been, I guess, emotional pornography. It would have been exploitative, I thought.
I thought they were stoic and didn't react.
Huh?
Yeah, I thought your dad was stoic.
The what?
You said your dad is very stoic, you said.
No,
earlier.
my dad, when the film was, when Goff finished shooting, my dad didn't know about it. It was only after Goff left that I came out to my dad.
Oh, I see.
My parents didn't really take to him. He was very pushy.
Hold on a second. So you just came out to your mother
To
in
my
the
mother,
film?
that's right.
Oh, well, how come we keep saying parents?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did we?
Well, I
maybe
think
we did.
do, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was coming out.
So you came out to your
mother.
mom?
Yes.
All right. Now, well, what happened to you that brought you to this lifestyle?
I've always been curious about pornography.
No. That's
always-
not an acceptable answer. Well, something had to happen. Something happened. What happened? Something. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's so Psych 101, though.
Little molestation or something like that?
No. I was never molested as a child. I was very precocious.
Yeah.
And never raped.
Never raped?
I was raped when I was 18. So.
No. Yes. No.
Yes.
Never raped.
No, I was raped when I was 18, and no, not as a child, but
Right.
much later. And I think it was when I did the gangbang. It was almost as if I was trying to take back a certain degree of control, and that was that was an outlet that.
Right. Well, listen, I've seen enough Charles Bronson movies to know how revenge works. You know what I'm saying? They kill the wife and family. He's a sharecropper. So he has sex with 251 guys. Indians, actually, I think is the way it works. So you looked at the gangbang as a way of trying to summon some control over the situation where you're out of control. But
I think that was one of my motivations. I mean,
Doesn't that
people.
make sense? I mean, I think about how people do act out with women tend to act out in a way of trying to regain power over men, right?
Yes.
I've seen over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And men act out in a way in terms of objectifying and exploiting women.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but nothing before that. Nothing with the three neighbor brothers or anything like that.
No, nothing.
All right. Mm-hmm. Gotta be something here, though. You didn't get hit on the head with a coconut or anything like that?
No coconuts.
Kristen?
Yes.
You're 17?
Yes.
So, what's your boyfriend do when he masturbates?
Well, when he's about to come, he pinches the tip and he holds it in.
Nice. And then he spits it out of his mouth?
Does that prevent him from ejaculating, or is that just... Yeah.
He completely just holds it in.
And then what does he do?
It just stays in.
No, wait a minute. Let me ask the question again. Does he not have an orgasm?
He does. When he does, he pinches the tip so nothing comes out.
So he has the sensation of an orgasm,
Yes.
but nothing actually leaves the penis.
He doesn't let it. He pinches it so it doesn't.
Doesn't it come out later?
No.
Yeah, you know, except for his balls look like someone put an M80 in him, like in a cartoon, like boom.
His eyes.
And his eyes pop out of socket. Good. He'll be dead in 6 months. That's my prediction.
I'm just wondering if that would make him, sterile or anything.
What kind of idiot are you dating?
It's not good for his prostate.
What? Why does he do this?
I have no idea.
Is he religious?
Or
is he a neat freak?
He's been doing it since, I guess he was in, 8th grade or something.
I see. All right.
How he does it.
Yes, very dangerous. I don't think that's good. Let me explain my theory on the human body. I've failed biology. I never took anatomy, but I still know how the human
Things that
body
need to come
works.
out?
When stuff's trying to come out, you got to let it come out. Whether it's you're sneezing, I know, if I'm about to sneeze and I pinch my nose off, I'll blow an eardrum out and a testicle goes shooting across the room, take out a streetlight. Okay? You can't, when you're vomiting, it's got to come out. When you're urinating, whatever's coming out, you can hold it before it comes out. But once it's coming out, you try to grab it at the end. You're going to hurt something, right?
Yep.
That's right. Okay.
It's not good for the prostate. It causes retrograde ejaculation. Not a good idea.
Sarah,
Yeah?
you're 17?
Hey, you guys, I've been listening to you since junior high. I love your guys' show.
Oh, my God, I'm going to kill myself. You were in junior high, and you were hearing me, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Since 7th grade.
I got to talk to my agent.
All of our little friends used to listen to you guys and tape your shows and stuff like that.
Damn. Did it keep you out of trouble?
Yeah, most of the time.
All right.
Okay, now let's hear what's
Now, what's the real problem?
I'm gay.
Oh, boy. I feel like we dropped the ball, Drew.
Well, let's see.
Yeah?
Well, my girlfriend, who was my best friend in junior high.
No. You used to listen to the show with her?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Drew, you should resign immediately.
When she'd spend the night.
No, Drew. Kill yourself, then quit.
No, but listen, her parents are trying to kill me. They want me dead.
Why is that?
Because they can't accept the fact that we're together.
Yeah, but do they really want you dead?
Well, her mom said that if she had one wish, before she died, she would like to rip out my spine while I was still breathing.
Well, it's how she said it. She may not have said it in a threatening way, right,
Her
Drew?
dad follows me to school.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to put a restraining order on me.
Okay. Well, let me ask you guys a quick question. What happened to the two of you that got you into this in the first place?
What do you mean?
What thrust you together?
Anyone rape you or do anything weird to you?
Oh, no.
You're both just biological lesbians?
Guess so.
No weird uncles, anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
And where's your dad?
My dad is, my parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah. You see your dad?
Yeah, I see my dad.
You like him?
He's all right. He's a holy roller, though.
Really?
Yeah, if he found out that... I think my mom told him,
Yeah.
but if he really found out...
Yeah.
He has a hard time with it. Like, I know this is a stupid example, but you know, like the whole Ellen thing?
Yeah.
He freaked out. He's a promise keeper.
I see.
Yeah, so...
See what happens, Dads? You go to the promise-keeping meeting, and your daughter's out cleaning cave at the house next door.
And
that's what happens.
And he's a promise keeper, and then divorces.
He got divorced. Oh, he's divorced.
Yeah.
Well, he
cheated on my mom. He left my mom for a student.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I love that.
This is like finding Jesus after doing...
Forgive him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll forgive him.
Yeah.
And then send him to hell. I love that. I just love everyone's own personal take on their relationship. Yeah, sure, I've screwed up a bunch of stuff and ruined a handful of lives, but don't worry, I got a personal relationship with these guys who forgive me now.
Those are his words exactly. That's what he believes.
He doesn't believe it. You know the beauty, Sarah? He doesn't really believe it. You can sleep like a baby at night. The more he tries to talk you and other people around him into it, the more meetings he attends, the more events, the more pounding on his chest and chanting he does, the less he believes it.
Thank you, Jesus!
People that really believe it, they don't talk to other people about it. They know it. People that know it don't go to big meetings in football stadiums and yell about it.
He's just weird.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're getting a little insight here.
But, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, she's got a younger sister that attends the same high school as we do, and she spies on us.
How is it that their parents know everything?
Well, they found a letter.
How does your mom feel about this?
My mom's fine with it. I mean, once in a while I get the occasional dyke jokes from her, you know, pissed off.
Well, sure. My mom made dyke jokes when I was growing up.
How old were you when you established this relationship with your best friend?
15.
Okay. And, wow. And now, how's her dad? Besides wanting to put a contract out on you.
Yeah.
How is he? What kind of guy is he?
I thought he was all right. You know, he's like some vice president of some big company, and it's all about their image.
Interesting. All right.
They've been together for 25 years, her parents.
Listen, you got to, first off, all you crazy broads out there with your diaries and your letter passing, knock it off. It's a big paper trail leading to your vagina. We talk to women all night. Oh, the mom comes in, reads the diary, finds out she's smoking pot and giving oral sex to her boyfriend. They find another letter. You women, you do way too much writing, way too much documenting. And people find this, and you're screwed.
I just wrote her a letter saying, like, how grateful I was, and this, and that. And her mom had been assuming this since, like, before anything even started.
All right.
And, like, I don't know what to do. They're following me. Whenever we see each other at school, at her work, they talk to her boss.
Yeah.
And they're just so weird.
Now, did you really think you're lesbian, or maybe you're just in love with your best friend? Women can do that.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Because we've been together for 2 years, right?
I see.
Yeah.
Come on, you know.
And what do you guys do? Do you do the oral sex and stuff?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We did since like a year and a half ago.
Oh, mackerel.
So you were together for 6 months before you started having sex?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And had you had anything with anyone else before this?
I had a short relationship with a guy, but I've never been interested in guys. You know, when like I was a kid, I always wanted to be the Ken.
Right, not the Barbie?
Exactly.
Okay.
Me too.
All right. And your girlfriend's the same way?
No, she's more passive, you know.
Yeah. So you're kind of the guy in the relationship?
I'm more of the dominating figure.
I understand. All right. Hey, Sarah?
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. How are your grades? You going to go off to college?
Yeah, I'm going to...
Junior college?
No, not junior college.
Where, lesbian school?
Exactly. The University of Lesbians.
No, where are you going? Seriously? The Running Dykes?
Well, see, I don't want to say because I don't want... Because we're not out at all.
Okay, well, the point is...
Where are you going to go to school, though? What does that have to do with it?
I'm going to go to ASU.
Yeah.
All right. It's like a big junior college. And what do you have to do to get an ASU? Just walk erect? Have like a opposable thumb? How's that go? Is that on the application?
Please, I don't...
All right, listen, Sarah.
Yeah.
You go off to college, and until then, you guys got to kind of lay low. You know what I mean? Don't pass any letters. Don't hang out too much. You know, talk on the phone. Sneak around a little bit.
Well, that's what we're doing now, but...
Steal away. But you can't... You have to sort of somehow convince these parents that nothing's going on. You just have to lie. I don't know how else to say it, because when the people are screwed up and religious and you're living under their roof, it's too much. You're not going to talk them out of anything. Just BS them. It's all right to lie to people that force you to lie. That's perfectly fine, by the way. When people ask you to lie, then lie away. And then you go off in college and, then you hook up. That's how it works. Kimberly, I mean, that's what I did, except for I didn't go to college and I cleaned carpet and I didn't get laid. Other than that, that's my story, right, Drew?
That's your story.
Kimberly.
Yes.
You're 27.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Well, I'm 27. My husband is 40. And we've been married a couple of years. He's on a little bit of medication, and he takes the amitriptyline for migraine headaches.
Oh, that's twice in one night.
I know.
And we haven't talked about it in quite some time, have we?
Amitriptyline is not one that typically comes up.
All right, so go ahead.
Anyhow.
Also called Elavil.
Exactly. Anyhow, besides the medicine, he's 40. I don't know if this is something, that happens with 40, but our sex life is...
penis problem.
Penis problem?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Drew's 42, and he's he's stiff as an ironing board down there. He's got plenty of libido, too. I tell you what happened in the St. Louis airport, the 251 women Drew had sex with during the layover. That's what it sounds like.
I haven't noticed any fall off yet.
No?
I'm sure it'll happen soon enough. But
you're very virile.
But what medication is he on?
The amitriptyline.
No, what other med? He said something.
Well, I mean, he has a heart condition. He has these faint spells. So they have to keep his heart going with medication.
What's the medicine?
It's called proamitine.
Drew doesn't know that one.
Wait a minute. Say it again.
It's called proamitine.
What's
and then
the,
he's on another kind of medication that keeps his blood flow down, so he doesn't have any regular heartbeat to link to this other problem.
What's that medicine?
Tenormin.
All right. Well, Tenormin will shut him down completely. So there's your problem.
There you go.
What can I buy him?
Well, this is what Viagra was invented for.
Well, he can't take Viagra, the doctor says.
Because of his heart?
Exactly.
All right. Well,
anything else?
2 tongue depressors and some duct tape.
I would look to...
I'm desperate. Don't believe in divorce.
Talk to the doctor about changing the... Well, first of all, there are antidepressants that sometimes help. That's like Wellbutrin, things like that can beef up his sex drive. I would talk to the doctor about changing the type of beta blocker he is on. Maybe something like Lopressor might be less likely to do this. Or again, I don't know what his heart problem is exactly, but there may be other antiarrhythmic medicines that would be less likely to affect his erectile
Is that
function.
blood thinning stuff? Does that thin the penis out a little bit too?
No, she didn't say blood thinners.
Oh, I thought that was one of the things.
These are all sort of rhythm regulators.
And they go right. Yeah, that's what I love about the human body. Everything goes right to the penis. Heart starts getting out of rhythm. Take a few meds. Penis falls off. Beautiful. Never any problem with the eyebrow.
You know what I mean? No problem, no nostril problems, no earlobe-related difficulties, nothing with the elbow. Right to the penis. Right to the penis. Dave? Dave? Hey, goofball, you're 11 years old.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, on New Year's, my girlfriend called me, and she wanted to sneak out of the house, and I didn't really want to make her feel bad.
You're 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 11?
I didn't know how to use the phone when I was 11.
I have my own phone line, so I inherited it from my brother.
He's got a DSL and a T1 sitting in his...
No kidding. If you have a VCR, I'm going to come over there and kill you. Do you have a VCR?
Yeah, I bought it this summer.
Do you have a porn movie?
No.
Okay, good boy.
I don't really care about it.
Oh, yeah, nice. I forgot. Yeah, 11. Where are you going? Your penis is so much ballast at 11. All right, so anyway, what's going on there, Dave?
Well, my girlfriend called me on New Year's, and she wanted to sneak out of the house, and I really didn't want to make her feel bad after calling me. So I decided to go out with her, and we met in the park, and then we went off to one of my brother's friend's house. We went there for a party, and then most of them kind of left, and we found an empty bedroom, and so we slept together, and then she didn't leave till about 6 in the morning, and she snuck back into her house, and, well, I'm feeling kind of bad about it and stuff.
How old is she?
She's 12.
Oh, older woman. What grade are you in at 11? Sixth grade?
Yeah.
And
you had sex with her?
Mm-hmm.
We had sex? And she's heading for Harvard, this chick. And what the hell's going on in her family that she snuck out, had sex with an 11-year-old, and slept somewhere till 6 a.m.?
She's 12.
What's going on at her house?
I have no idea.
Well, something pretty heavy, Dave.
Sounds bad, right?
It's always about the parents at that age, and the kind of acting out the kids do is just a direct reflection of the pain they're feeling as a result of whatever chaos is going on in the home.
You had sex at 11?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, you're like a black guy. That's great.
What does that mean?
Every rap star we have in here says he lost his virginity at 9.5.
Yeah.
I think they have to say it. I said like 19. It'd be
Usually
run out of the business.
Usually with a 28-year-old girl, too.
Yeah. So, Dave, well, you can check that off the list. You're covered. And does sex feel good at 11? Does it feel good at age 11 to have sex? It does? Okay.
Did you use protection?
Yeah, well, you did?
What'd you use?
No. You didn't use a condom.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I got one out of my brother's room.
How old is he?
18.
Oh, boy. God knows what he's up to. What the hell? How's a condom even stay on an 11-year-old penis? What do you have to do? Put some sand in there, too, to fill it out?
No.
Tape the base.
Use a tube sock tied around the base so it wouldn't slide off. Hey, Dave, condom. Why are you using a condom? You don't need to use a condom at 11, do you? You do?
He does, yeah.
You don't got anything coming out of your penis at 11, do you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's possible.
No.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry, Adam.
No, I'm sorry. No. Dave.
And listen to Dave's voice. That's not your average 11-year-old.
Did junk come out of your pepe? It does? But I was pee, right?
No.
Semen? Do you masturbate?
No.
Well, I guess you don't have to. 11. And how long did it take before something came out of you?
We spent like 20 minutes together.
Jesus Christ. Do you have a beard? And what do you do, drive a fan?
No.
He'll drive you 5 more years.
You work down at the docks? Or she's 11. All right. Okay, Dave. Listen to me. No more sex for at least another 6 months. Wait till you're 12. I mean, really, no more sex for a little while. I'm going to kill you. I can't stand hearing about guys having sex at 11. I didn't lose my virginity until 17.
All right, Dave, first of all, God bless you for wearing a condom. All right? Let's give him some strokes for at least 11. Having the foresight to go ahead and use a condom.
No. I don't believe him.
Well, be that as it may, his girlfriend's a mess, and he needs to take care of her. And it doesn't sound like sex was such an important and gratifying thing for him to continue with either.
No. All right. Okay. I'm going to kill myself. We'll be back after this.
about to get funky, yo.
This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Back with a little more LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Grace Quek is our guest tonight. She is here plugging her documentary, or at least the documentary she's the subject of, the Annabelle Chong story. It's about a big gangbang she did in 95, and all the things that took place afterward, including confronting her parents. She's it'll be
mom.
Her mom, yes. It keeps getting narrowed down. It'll be released tomorrow at the Lemley 5 on Sunset. It's currently playing in New York, and also Grace is going to be doing a little question and answer.
Yeah, Q&A at the 7:30 screening for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
How does that work?
Well, the audience can fire any questions at me, and I'll give them an answer.
All right, let me write that down. Yes, question, good answer. And you just stand out in front of the theater before?
Yeah, you know, I would just go up there and go, okay, well, does anybody have any questions? And usually, to my surprise, I get a lot of questions, and usually they have to kick us out of the theater at the end of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the next screening is coming up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so we usually have a very lively Q&A. Unlike a lot of films where they would screen it and the director would come out and go, does anybody have any questions? And there's like complete silence.
Did they ever ask questions about the theater itself, like why are milk duds so expensive or something like that, or is this all about the movie?
It's usually about the movie, but sometimes I get people asking me truly bizarre questions like, I want to be a porn star, do you think it make me a star? I'm like, well, I'm casting, but I don't, I would really highly suggest you think twice, kind of thing.
You're casting, why would you suggest they think twice?
People have, especially a lot of young guys, they have these really romanticized notion about what it's like to be a porn star, and the reality of it is that it's not what it's cut out to be. Of course, they have to produce wood, and sometimes under the most difficult circumstances where the actress is being a bitch, she's being very difficult, or it's just a long day, they've been waiting on the set for 8 hours, and he's got to produce wood. And the hardest thing and the hardest thing is to come in queue. Because,
it is. Oh, sure.
Yeah, they have 5 minutes to produce that shot, and if they don't produce their shot, they get a pay cut.
Yeah.
Or they never eat lunch in this town ever again, which is kind of tough,
I gotta believe they let them eat. You saying no more food, or is it just lunch? Is what you're saying? Listen, if someone told me if someone told me I couldn't eat lunch in this town, I go breakfast, then I go brunch, and I go early dinner. That's it. That's how I work around it. I need lunch.
You're a pragmatic guy.
Yeah, I move on.
Practical.
You give me lemons, I give you lemonade. It's the way I work. What do you mean there's a 5-minute window for the orgasm? There's no 5-minute window in the orgasm.
Oh, there is.
That guy gets to hump away, and when he goes, it goes. What are you talking about?
No, they really have to come in queue.
No, they don't.
Oh, yes, they do. Have you actually started a porn movie? Maybe you have.
I've been on the set of porn movies before.
Which one?
Oh, Christ. It was a wicked picture. It was shot in North Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Probably a good 5-6 years ago. All I remember was about 150 degrees inside this dump in North Hollywood somewhere in July. But the point is the guys banged away until they're ready to go.
Well, that was 5 years. That was 5 years. No, yes.
Listen,
yes.
no one yells at them. You got to come in 5 minutes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because sometimes they have 4 scenes to shoot in that day. If the guy doesn't come out with the pop shot, they'll be running behind schedule, and the last scene will be shot till 3 in the morning, and nobody wants that.
All right. I did some gay porn in the late 70s. Oh, I should have never done that interview. I should have never done that interview for PBS. Never again. Never again. At David Frost. He asked such probing questions. They're not going to fire you if you don't have an orgasm in 5 minutes. I will agree with you. You have to have an orgasm.
Yes, at some point.
And at some point, but I don't think you have to come when some guy yells at you, it's time to come.
Well, they usually go pop shots.
Yeah.
And then the guy has to more or less produce it pretty soon. Otherwise, word gets around, and they go, well, this is a guy who cannot, come on cue, and he's not a good guy to work with.
Right.
He's going to make your shoot run over schedule and stuff like that. So it makes it harder for the guy to find work.
I'll buy into that.
Yeah.
Ben?
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
You're 20.
Yeah, not bad. Well, just in the last couple of months, I've been really trying to be healthier. I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been working out a lot and taking creatine, and noticed that my sex drive has shot up to from 1 masturbation a day to about 2 or 3.
Well, it's part of your workout regimen.
Yeah. Well, actually, I masturbate 2 or 3 times a day now instead of just 1.
Yeah, and that's part of your workout regimen.
Yeah, it is. My forearms are getting, especially with my right one, it's getting a lot bigger.
Yeah, nice work in there.
Yeah, I got to kind of equal it out a little bit, though.
Well, you get a nice big heavy magazine like a Penthouse, or the Christmas edition of Hustler. You get a nice good workout with your other arm, too. Yeah.
I know.
Ben, what's the question?
But I was just wondering, when my semen comes out, it comes out extremely runny in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. We were masturbating so damn much.
Is that why? Because I was thinking...
there's nothing in there.
It had something to do with water. Don't drink any pop anymore.
Bad.
Yeah.
Don't lay off masturbation for 3 days. Watch what happens.
Start eating flour instead of drinking water next time. See if we can't thicken up that mixture a little bit.
Yeah, the pancake mix.
Yeah.
Pancake batter.
Portland cement should be good.
Yeah, great.
In the powder form. I mean, don't mix it up.
No, don't try to take a chunk. Just the powder, right?
Yeah, a handful.
Because, man, I got to really be on it to wipe it up because it comes out like crazy. It's like
yeah, I know. I understand.
Lay off for a couple of days. Watch what happens.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than really having to snap into mop-up mode right after the orgasm. You know what I mean? 'Cause here's the thing. It'll hit the belly, and then you usually got a good 5 count before it starts making its way to the side. You know, your belly's kind of it's a gutter. It really is. You know, you have little creases where you have little rolls of fat or something. You know, it finds its way into that, and then it goes right down the side and right onto the comforter at that point. So you only have moments to clean up.
Pow,
right on the belly. All right, let's talk to Teresa, who's 25. Poor dear's been on hold for 108 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, you really must be desperate.
Well, yeah, but it's worth it to talk to you guys.
That's what I like. What's up?
But I would like to say congratulations to Grace, and I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing it in our town.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Where's your town?
Where's your town?
Right in the middle of California.
It'll never get there.
It'll get there actually in April.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my birthday month.
Oh, excellent.
It'll get to Modesto?
Bakersfield?
Well, where will it get to that's close enough for her?
Yeah, I can travel.
Yeah, you travel.
I can travel.
Yeah, what better way to celebrate your birthday than watch a nice gangbang documentary?
A documentary on porn.
Very romantic.
Well, my question is I have a cyst on my jawline, approximately halfway between the hinge of my jaw and the tip of my chin.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had it, for quite a while, and it's pretty much, it stayed the same size. It hasn't been doing anything weird. On the last couple of weeks, it's been getting painful, and it's starting to get larger, both outward and the surrounding area. And cancer runs on my mom's side of the family. And that wasn't even a thought until my dad says, well, you better do something before it turns cancerous.
How long have you had it for?
A couple of years.
And it's at the jawline?
Yeah.
Well, there can be stones in the parotid glands and submandibular glands. There can also be tumors, and some of which are slow growing. But it's something that absolutely, and there can be new tumors, mixed cell tumors that can grow there. So it is absolutely something that needs to be checked out. Probably just an infection or a stone or a clogged gland or something.
Don't you get stuff like that drained or removed or cut out or whatever?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I used to have one up by the, not like right next to the corner of my eye, but near my right eye and the outer corner. And I went in and he gave me like 5 or 6 shots of Novocaine right there in the office, cut it open, took it out, stitched it up, and sent me on my merry little way with Band-Aids.
Yeah, totally different than what you got right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You've got something in your parotid, it sounds like. So
Because it's not on the skin, it's underneath
it's in the gland.
Yeah, it's underneath.
You've got to get it checked out.
Yeah, right on my jawline.
You want to go to ear, nose, and throat doctor or a oral maxillofacial surgeon.
Okay.
Or go to a chin, ear, and ass doctor.
No, Adam, that'd be yours.
Okay.
With the little, bidet.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Well, here we are, back at it again.
I laugh like a mad scientist when I sit on that thing thinking of my brilliance.
Just when you hit in the eye, or?
Hot water, right in the eye. Right in the eye. And,
there actually is something called the anal wink reflex.
Really?
Coincidentally, yes.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like a sea urchin, you know?
Yeah, a sea anemone.
Sea anemone, yeah. It closes up real quick, you know? Shuts door. It's like one of those doors in a spaceship. You know, it's the aperture type thing. That's what I love most about the future, the idea that the hinge will be outlawed in 2010. That's any good space movie.
No doors.
Any door? No doors. No doors.
Doors become like sort of shades, window shades.
Doors and denim gone.
Yeah.
No denim in space.
Yeah, everything's polyester.
Yeah, it's great.
No cotton either.
No. It's really bizarre. It's weird. It's like filmmakers went, how do we convey that we're in the future, that this is really some sort of fantastic cosmic voyage? I know, the door. Even though doors haven't changed in how many years? A couple thousand?
That whole convention must have come up around the time that they invented those sensors that open the entrance to like the grocery stores.
Yes.
That must have been a huge breakthrough in 1952.
Right.
And made its way into film and never left.
Right. Hey, yeah, that is
Right? I think that's what it did.
That's the only part about Star Trek I don't buy. I buy the whole part about Spock and the intergalactic travel and the Klingons, the whole thing. It's that those doors function properly, because anyone who has a pocket door knows it doesn't work. So once it slide into the side of the wall, they don't come back out, they get caught up, they get stuck. Never works. CJ?
Yes.
You're 23.
Yes.
What's up?
First, I'd like to say I really, really think that Grace is absolutely true about the pornos for ladies.
Yeah, you need something for the ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, but Grace, the movies that you're looking to produce will have intercourse and everything. It'll be graphic.
Yes. It'll be graphic.
Very nice.
Oh, well, it should. I mean, it's just the movies that are out now are stupid.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Dumb.
They're cheese.
Yeah. Well, listen, no one told you to turn the sound on. All right, so what's up? What's up, CJ?
Well, I have a question. I just got out of a relationship, and throughout the whole relationship, the guy was great. I mean, out of bed, in bed, great. But in order for me to have an orgasm, I would literally think of women while we're having sex.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not something that's just, recently been happening. It's been going on for, God, years.
All right, so you figure maybe you're into women?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just wondering if maybe that's what I need to.
You ever been with a woman?
No.
Yeah.
What's your history like? When did you start dating guys?
I didn't start dating till I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
I had a mother who was a cop. So,
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah.
And what else? The guy's been good to you?
Yeah.
What was your dad like?
My dad was great. They're divorced.
At what age?
I was 11.
And when you say your mom was strict, what do you mean?
Well, she wasn't real strict. She just didn't, you're not allowed to ride in a car with kids until you're 16.
She didn't want to pull you over.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about this a little too much. Many women fantasize about women. And,
She wants to act on it, though.
But I understand that. But the fact that she hasn't had any contact with a woman at the by the age of 23 feels like if that was in the cards, it would have happened by now.
Right.
So
are you planning something?
No.
You're not?
It's come up so recently. It's because I have a friend that's a lesbian.
Uh-oh. She's going to go to work on you.
No.
Oh, yes.
Not really.
They're very persuasive, those lesbians. They talk you out of anything.
This is a hard lifestyle.
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
But I've always been the kind of person that was up in her face going, well, you know, I still think that woman's attractive and, you know.
Okay. Well, listen, here's my take on this. I think she's going to have an experience with a woman and decide it's not for her. But it feels like she has to check it off her list. I think it's bothering her a little.
What do you think the mom as a cop had to do with this?
I don't know, but I don't trust cops in general as people. Now, I know we have the, where the hell are we? Culver City's finest listening to the show, and all the guys we see around here seem pretty decent. But in general, there's professions I don't trust. Cop is one of them. That don't mean all cops, and certainly not the ones listening to the show right now. But it does mean per capita, certain professions. I would throw attorney in there. I might even toss a doctor. There's a few professions I sure as hell would toss publicist, agent, manager, producer, anybody in the entertainment field, especially publicists. There's certain professions that have a higher incidence of whack jobs. Cops definitely one of them, and they all screw their own kids up their own way. So maybe it was a factor. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break. When we get back, we'll speak to Nigel, who's 22, has a question for Grace, wants to know what it's like having sex with so many guys, and she'll shed some light on that after this.
LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, this is Adam Carolla.
This is Dr. Drew.
Stay tuned for more LoveLine on the Zone 105.
Oh, yep. What? No, caller fell off. Fantastic. One less to deal with. Our guest tonight is Grace Quek. She's the subject of a documentary which will be out at the Lemley 5 out here in Southern California tomorrow. It's currently in New York. It's called The Annabelle Chong Story, and it's basically based on the tremendous gangbang she had in 1995, and following her around, talking to her parents and
mother,
all sorts of other good stuff like that. Okay, so where the hell were we? Well, we were going to talk to Enos or whatever the hell. What the hell's that guy's name? Jay?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Jay.
I'm here.
I already don't like Jay.
We're listening, Jay. What's the deal?
I was just wondering what a doctor does if you have a yeast infection. Like, does he go in there and look up in you, or what? Is it like when you go to the doctor every year?
Yes.
That kind of thing?
Yes. Why?
I was just wondering.
Hey, Jay, what's going on there? What are you working on?
Oh, I'm doing the dishes.
I see.
If you have...
Stop that for 3 minutes,
sorry.
please, you jackass.
Jay, here's the deal. If you have an itch or a discharge, you can try some of the over-the-counter creams. If they don't work, then you've got to go in to see what other sort of infection this might be.
Okay, I did, and then it went away, and then it came back.
You need to go in and have a doctor take a look at it.
But you had sex again, right?
Yeah, and I was just maybe thinking it was because of that.
Yeah, he may have something else that he's sort of giving you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Like, I just call up and say, I think I have a yeast infection. Can you come look at me? Or do you look at me? Or do I just, like...
Just make an appointment, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, you're sexually active, a young lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to go, go to the gynecologist once in a while. Get
Right, I do.
checked out.
All right,
okay.
so you go...
The appointment's not till July.
Yeah, you make an appointment. You make an appointment. You go in. Doctor walks in, and he or she says, "What's up?" And you say,
Okay.
"I got a burn. I got an itch. I got whatever." Went away. I used over-the-counter yeast medications. Came back after I had sex, and let them check it out.
Okay. Grace, what kind of shape was the vagina in after the gangbang?
It's still there.
Still there?
Still there.
It was just hanging on by a thread, though, after the gangbang, right?
No, it's fine. It's healthy.
Felt good?
Yeah.
How long before you had sex again?
I had sex with my girlfriend on Wednesday. Well, we did it on Sunday. She gets aroused watching me have sex with other men for reasons which I cannot really fathom. And she was very randy when I came back. And
From the gangbang.
Yeah, and I was like, look, give me a break. And then Wednesday she was, I guess she just
She went down on you after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd eat dog food out of a hubcap faster, and I'd get down there orally. I'd give you a break. I'd have you soak in a tub of vinegar or something for at least 6 to 8 weeks or something like that.
How did you protect yourself against STDs?
Condoms.
I broke condoms.
All right. Well, in that case, I'd go down on you maybe later that night. Did you have to ice yourself down?
No.
Really?
No, there wasn't. Actually, well, yes, of course. It was. Well, I was sore, but.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm.
I take a good,
I'm normal. Right? I'm human, but.
I take a good dump if I can't walk for a day. Can only imagine.
I think a lot of the strain too is on the neck and the knees and everywhere. So it's almost like running a marathon.
Your knees.
Knees.
You're on your back though, right?
No.
Oh, doggy? Wheelbarrow?
Well,
yeah.
varies. I get bored in my back. I get really bored.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I still don't move. So I mean, you're on your back. You're on your knees.
Yeah.
Hey, moving around.
Moving around.
Nice. You never got on top, though, did you?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Variety. It's the spice of gangbang. Terrence, sorry.
Yeah.
Terrence, you're 18 years old. What's up?
All right. It's just one person, this dude out of my school, and I think he looked all right, and I don't know. I think he's I don't know. I can't explain it. Every time I see him, I get hella horny.
All right.
A male.
You're attracted to a guy.
Yeah.
And that's scaring you.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've never been with a man.
No.
Now, do you think you're gay?
No.
No. Do you like women?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't sound like a real strong endorsement of women. Yeah. Do you like...
Gay are you?
I'm going to ask you a question. You like pizza?
Yeah.
Okay, see? Say that one? Yeah. All right, you like women?
Yeah.
Still slow down.
Still wasn't as good as pizza.
He likes pizza more than women. I don't blame him. They'll never break your heart, that pizza. And if they do, you get another one in 20 minutes or it's free.
Well, Terrence, just see where this goes. Don't act until you're a little clearer on what's up with you. But you seem to have some ambivalence about your sexual orientation, and this is the age when you sort of kind of come to terms with some of those things.
I understand as a guy at 18 who thinks he's straight his whole life, all of a sudden he finds another guy he's attracted to, and he's kind of freaked out.
Yep.
But don't worry. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Just relax a little bit. You make your move if you want. And if you do, that's fine. But just slow down.
Slow down.
And relax.
Slow down.
Everyone slow down.
Yes.
That's what I think
Don't
we're
be in a big
saying.
hurry. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take ourselves a little break, and we'll be right back after this.
Let's have some more fun.
Okay, let's do it. Call LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine will be right back.
Well, here's how it's sampled.
All right, well, there you go. Another end of a show, another end of a week. I want to thank Grace Quek for coming out here tonight, and go see the Annabelle Chong story. Sounds very interesting. That will be at the Lemley 5 here on Sunset, and it's playing in New York as we speak. I want to thank our fabulous phone screener, Danielle, for not only screening the phones, pouring the coffee, and giving me she gave me like a big hug.
Oh, wow.
I like hugging the little people. A little person now makes me feel like Gulliver. And then it makes me feel powerful, you know.
Come here and give me a hug.
Yeah. I want to thank Engineer Anderson for doing a great job all week. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Anderson. Here.
Well, now. This has been LoveLine. The stuff expressed on LoveLine is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please enjoy these birds.